Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube video. Well, I got some suggestions and I changed a few things. One, the camera is now steady, and two, I'm a bit farther away. And three, I actually got my laptop in front of me so that I don't have to keep moving my head. And well, anyways, I hope this is going to be. No, I actually assume that this video is going to be better than the last one. I got a suggestion. It's what I planned to do originally. I wanted to, damn fly, I wanted to read Neville Goddard's chapters and perhaps stop at certain passages or quotes and give a small explanation or tell you what I think. So, yeah, why don't we get right to it? Some people love to listen, so I'm gonna read it. So here is Book 1 at your command, and I have a chapter 1. I'll give the link in the description where you can download this book. All right. Can man decree a thing and have it come to pass? Most decidedly, he can. Man has always decreed that which has appeared in his world, and is today decreeing that which is appearing in his world, and shall continue to do so as long as man is conscious of being man. So, what does this mean? In short, it means that can you decide on something and then have it happen in your world? Sorry if I'm not looking at the lens. I really don't know where it is. Doesn't matter. That's something for next time. So that's actually what it says in short. Can you decide something and have it happen to you in your real life? And it says that everything we decide happens in our world, so and it will always happen as long, and this is an interesting sentence, as long as man is conscious of being man. I would translate this very simply with saying as long as we, know that we are human beings, albeit with special powers, but we'll get to that later. Let's continue. Not one thing has ever appeared in man's world but what man decreed that it should. This you may deny, but try as you will, you cannot disprove it, for this decreeing is based upon a changeless principle. So here it says, everything that appears in your world is something that you wanted, you decided on. Still, it's a difficult concept to grasp, and it will take some time to understand this. Whoops. And it also says you can deny it, but you cannot prove that it's not, because all of this is based upon a changeless principle. It means it's a fixed rule, it's like a law. Let's continue. You do not command things to appear by your words or loud affirmations. Such vain repetition is more often than not confirmation of the opposite. I'm going to stop you right here. This is a very interesting part where a lot of people seem to be confused, such as, oh, but should I not use affirmations? But I thought I was supposed to use affirmations. No, you can use affirmations. He says that you do not need to say them out loud. You have to put some feeling into it. I explained in my previous video a little bit more, and we'll get to this anyway. Let's continue. Decreeing is ever done in consciousness. That is, every man is conscious of being that which he has decreed himself to be. The dumb man without using words is conscious of being dumb. Therefore, he is decreeing himself to be dumb. This is interesting. What he actually means is that if someone thinks he is stupid, then he is stupid. And no one is stupid. We're all intelligent human beings. We just don't realize it. So let's just continue. When the Bible is read in this light, you will find it to be the greatest scientific book ever written. Instead of looking upon the Bible as the historical record of an ancient civilization or the biography of the unusual life of Jesus, see it as a great psychological drama taking place in the consciousness of man. This is also very interesting. The way how Neville interprets the Bible is fascinating. And to me personally, it makes a lot more sense. It feels like there's more logic to it. Anyways, let's continue. Claim it as your own, and you will suddenly transform your world from the barren deserts of Egypt to the promised land of Canaan. So, this is the first page. I will scroll down to the second page and continue. Everyone will agree with the statement that all things were made by God, and without Him there is nothing made that is made. But what man does not agree upon is the identity of God. All the churches and priesthoods of the world disagree as to the identity and true nature of God. Let me stop right here. This is very interesting. In short, it's like there's so many religions and everyone says, no, my religion is best. We have the one true God. So they can not even come to an agreement. But we should agree to at least one thing. There is a God. And Neville says that the God is actually within. I'm sure there's some religion that says God is within you, but let's just focus on the book and the chapter. Let's see here. The Bible proves beyond the shadow of a doubt that Moses and the prophets were in 100% accord as to the identity and nature of God. And Jesus' life and teachings are in agreement with the findings of the prophets of old. Moses discovered God to be man's awareness of being when he declared these little understood words, I am hath sent me unto you. David sang in his Psalms, Be still and know that I am God. Isaiah declared, I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So, in short, it says the name of God is I am. So, it's interesting because Neville says your imagination is God. So, if imagination is God and I am is the name of God, then I am is a conjugation of the verb to be. So, what if we do the same with imagination? To imagine? So, what if, it's a funny thing I just thought of. What if instead of saying, I am rich, in your mind you say, imagine being rich? What if that I am was actually the verb to imagine? Because Neville talks about imagination. Just a fun fact, actually. Something we can think about. Anyways, let me continue. I forgot where I am. Hold on. Let's see. The awareness of being as God is stated hundreds of times in the New Testament. To name but a few, I am the shepherd. I am the door. I am the resurrection and the life. I am the way. I am the Alpha and Omega. I am the beginning and the end. And again, whom do you say that I am? It is not stated, I, Jesus, am the door. I, Jesus, am the way. Nor is it said, whom do you say that I, Jesus, am? It is clearly stated, I am the way. The awareness of being is the door through which the manifestations of life pass into the world of form. Okay, so in short, God's name is I am. Throughout the whole Bible, you can actually find this. And awareness of being, your consciousness, your imagination, is the door. And you have to open that door to let all your desires come into this world. So you can see God, or your imagination, as a door. And all you have to do is open that door. How do you open that door? Close your eyes. Imagine anything. Visualize something. Imagine that you hear something. Imagine a feeling. Imagine that you're holding something. Use your imagination. Imagination is the key. It will get you anywhere, and it can get you anything you want. Let's continue. Consciousness is the resurrecting power, resurrecting that which man is conscious of being. Man is ever outpicturing that which he is conscious of being. This is the truth that makes man free, for man is always self-imprisoned or self-freed. So this actually means that with your imagination, you can do anything, and whatever you imagine will be projected in your real world. Like if you are watching a movie, and you're done watching the movie, you go outside. Let's see, the same situation will happen right in front of your very eyes. This is what it means to outpicture that. Let's continue. If you, the reader, will give up all of your former beliefs in a God apart from yourself and claim God as your awareness of being, as Jesus and the prophets did, you will transform your world with the realization that I and my Father are one. This statement, I and my Father are one, but my Father is greater than I, seems very confusing, but if interpreted in the light of what we have just said concerning the identity of God, you will find it very revealing. Let me take a small break here. Let's see, 13 minutes. I can understand that this might be a little bit tricky because here you say, I and my Father are one, and let's say your Father is God, it's your imagination. So you and your imagination are one. It's true. But it also says, but my Father is greater than I, which is true. Your imagination is greater than you. It goes far beyond a human body, because with your imagination you can imagine anything you want, and you can go anywhere you want. You can even go beyond this earth. You can visit other planets. You can go right into the stars. You can imagine being on Mars. So this is what it means. Your imagination and you are the same, and yet your imagination is far greater than you. Let's continue. Consciousness, being God, is as Father. The thing that you are conscious of being is the Son, bearing witness of his Father. It is like the conceiver and its conceptions. The conceiver is ever greater than his conceptions, yet ever remains one with his conception. I would like to use a small analogy here. A conceiver is you, and the conception is something you create. Let's see it as, look at it from this point of view. When you write something or you draw something, you are the conceiver because you create. Whatever you create or draw or write, that is your conception. So you are actually one, but you are bigger than what you write or draw. See what I mean? Let's continue. For instance, before you are conscious of being man, you are first conscious of being. Then you become conscious of being man, yet you remain as conceiver, greater than your conception, man. Okay, I understand that this part might be a little bit confusing, but just think of the analogy I just mentioned and don't think about this too much. Neville can write in a very tricky way. Don't let it get to you. We'll keep it simple and keep it easy. Let's go to the last page. Jesus discovered this glorious truth and declared himself to be one with God, not a God that man had fashioned, for he never recognized such a God. He said, "If any man should ever come saying, 'Look here,' or 'Look there,' believe them not, for the kingdom of God is within you. Heaven is within you. Therefore, when it is recorded that he went unto his Father, it is telling you that he rose in consciousness to the point where he was just conscious of being, thus transcending the limitations of his present conception of himself called Jesus." And this is where the chapter ends. If you have another version of the book, perhaps it might help you to know what is actually chapter 1. So it's interesting to see here that they mentioned how Jesus discovered this, because the Bible is all about you and your mind. And what it means is that he discovered that imagination is the kingdom of God. This is all there is to it. Heaven is within you. Paradise, heaven, whatever you may call it. And yes, he went unto his Father, he went into his imagination. And with his imagination, he rose in consciousness. So he desired something. He imagined his desire in whatever way. And he went to that imaginal act. He went there. He actually became the person having his desire already. Anyways, this was the first chapter. I'm going to do videos like this. I will give short summaries of every chapter. And in the follow-up, I will read the entire chapter and talk a little bit more. So anyways, I hope you liked it. I hope it's a little bit better than the video. I should really stop using the word hope. I'm in the attic here and it's really cold, so excuse me for being a little bit shivery. Anyways, I hope you liked it. Yeah, like the video, subscribe it so you will be notified when there's a new video, and yeah, share the video with others if you like. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.